professional here.
How do you feel like the preparations for Buffalo have begun?
They've begun, yeah. I mean, our coaches have been game planning the last few days just on our spare time. I'm really proud of the progress we've made. We've had 2 days of really just kind of basic group work, some first and second down stuff, some first and second down blitz stuff. But this really kind of marks the end of training camp today in terms of us. Now, as we go into this end of this week, we shift towards Buffalo. So that's what we're really looking forward to doing. But again, it's about us. I mean, we're going to shift our game plan to Buffalo, but we've got to continue to get better. This whole season is about us getting better. It's about us changing our best. And we can't focus necessarily on what the opponents are doing all the time. Our game plan is our game plan based on the X's and O's of what they do. But we've got to focus on us being the best team we can be on Thursday or Saturdays.
What have you learned about us through training camp?
Well, I think we're becoming mature, if that makes any sense. You know, we define maturity as when doing what you have to do becomes doing what you want to do. What I saw through the 3.5 week span was guys wanting to get better, guys wanting to practice, guys looking forward to practice, energy levels going through the roof. That's what I wanted to be able to see. Were there some days in there that are hard to get that out of them? Well, of course there is. But that's our job as a coach. That's their job to be able to fail and grow. But I'm really proud of the progress of them doing that and becoming a team. I still don't think we're this connective, knowing everybody inside and out, doing it for each other all the time type team yet. But we're closer than we were when we started training camp. And you do that by a series of things that you go through training camp together and you experience a lot together. And, you do a lot of things that are very emotional together to get to know each other. So I think those are two of the things that we've done, I think, pretty well in training camp so far.
This is kind of the end of training camp. Can you give us names of a couple guys maybe who have shown who have made the most progress?
Yeah, besides some names maybe that you already know, like Ty Johnson, our wide receiver, he's taking the next step. I mean, this kid's going to be a really, really dynamic player as he continues to grow. But again, it's one thing to be a player that plays the game, and then there's another aspect of being a starter and having this expectation and having the weight of the program always on you that you have to be the guy that makes the plays. That is where, besides Shannon and Rodney, in my opinion, that's where we lack the experience and the failing and the amount of experience to be able to have that type of confidence in yourself. But we're getting there. Guys like Demetrius Douglas, 82, the true freshman, he's coming along, guys. Now, he's not going to be perfect. He's a true freshman. He's going to play a lot. Defensively, I think like Blake Cashman. I think he's really shown what he can be able to do. Obviously, the normal guys, the Stevens, the John Celestines. But as we continue to move forward, I'm very, very excited about the progress we're making. I'm excited about Brandon Lingham staying healthy. But now we have to be able to take that next step. Now we've got to continue to get better as we continue to move forward.
You have a lot of questions on offense, but having Shannon and Rodney, how much confidence you have two productive back there?
Well, that's a good problem to have. You already have two of the best backs in the country. But again, it's not just relying. We had a talk with our team the other day that, look, if we think we're just going to say, oh, good, we have Rodney and Shannon, oh, everybody can relax, and we're just going to score 55 points a game because we have those two, I think we're crazy. Everybody's going to have to be involved in this offense. It's nice to be able to know you have two experienced backs, but again, you're going to need other people to step up, step in, make plays, and be accountable for their actions and how they play. We can't just rely and say, oh, we have those guys. It's going to take a whole team to win championships. It always does when you're a championship football team. Now, we have a long way to go to get there. But I got very, very proud of those two guys and the progress they've made. They're better backs than they were in January. They're better backs in the 3 weeks being coached by Kenny Burns, who I think is one of the best running back coaches in the country. In terms of taking them from where they were to where they are now, we're better. I mean, we're better. We're more conditioned. They know the system better. I think they're more confident in what they do. They're stronger. And again, I'm really excited for them to be able to settle in a system here.
Do you hold Rashad still to a higher standard because you know what he can accomplish with potential tools that he has?
We don't hold him to a higher standard than we do anybody else. Everybody is held to the culture's high standard. And the culture's not going to ever come down to somebody. You've got to rise up to the culture. And Rashad's had kind of an up and down training camp. Right? He's had some highs, he's had some lows, but he's continued to come back out. He's continued to row the boat. He's continued to get better. And you see a ton of progress in what he's making. But again, even what I love is how he responds to the failing. That's what I want to see. Because just because we had spring ball and he caught some passes, at the time we didn't have Demetrius Douglas, we didn't have some freshmen come in. I didn't know anything about our receivers. but you have to constantly continue to raise the bar, not just of the people around you. You got to raise your own bar every day. And I've seen that from him. Sometimes he's taking 2 steps back to go 3 steps forward. Sometimes he got to go 1 step back to go 1 step forward. But he's constantly learning, and that's a compliment to all of our players, because that's what they're all doing as well.
Was it a mental positive then to make 2 co-starting quarterbacks? I know you're saying the mental weight of being a starter. Was that kind of by design at all as well?
I don't know if that was one of the instances. I just felt the best thing for our football team, with the lack of experience our 2 quarterbacks have. Again, like I said, it would be guessing if I thought who's going to play best inside TCF Bank Stadium, because I've never watched them play in a game, right? That's been on our system. This gives both guys an opportunity to, again, show what they can do. How do they run our system? They both do things very well. They both have a lot of the same consistencies, but they also have some strengths that the others don't have, right? And so we're going to have a chance to highlight what they can do. But I said from the beginning that it's still our system. This isn't like, okay, we're running just Wildcat with this guy and running the system with this. That's not what it is. They're both going to have free reign of the offense, and then we'll put them in a position to do what they do successfully. And then as we go through the season, we'll continue to evaluate it. Because when you don't have a clear-cut starter and a guy that's a returning starter and has played a lot of football, you don't know how they're going to respond. I have the utmost faith in both of them, or I wouldn't have named 2 starters. But as we go through the year, you know, you'd like to settle on one, but if they both continue to play at a high level, they're both going to continue to play. But those are things that you have to, you know, make decisions about when you do have 2 guys that can run the offense effectively.
We'll take one more for Coach, guys.
You've had a couple practices since you made that decision. Do you like how he responded?
Oh, absolutely. You know, today I thought was one of our really better practices at quarterback. And not only that, just as a football team, because, you know, I keep track of who wins the plays. You know, and you're in 7-on-7, it's 4 offense versus 4 defense. You know, it cuts right in half. You know, you go play it, you score a touchdown, you kick field goals, then there's stops. And as a head coach, like I told you, you never go home happy, ever. Like tonight's still not going home happy, but I'm closer to happier because it was more balanced. But now we got 2 different issues to solve. But at least we were able to respond to each other's success and each other's adversity. And I thought that was a big step forward for our program.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Emmett Carpenter.
Thank you. Go Gophers. Thank you.